There's a number in my chest, dropping soft, slower each morning. A cup on the table cools before I finish my first thought. People pass with warm chatter, it fades quicker than I expect. I sit still, watching the minute thin. Outside, someone laughs like nothing ends. The sound brushes the wall, then slips away. Steam leaves my hands in uneven threads, less each time I notice it. I never learned how to keep a breath close. It drifts before the name forms, so I stay here, right here, before the air forgets me. Every breath keeps falling down, and I try to hold this minute. Nothing waits, not even sound. It moves before I feel it. The room shifts as if listening in, but gently, like a soft reminder. The chair remembers my weight, a beat before I settle. Everyone I loved once stood like this, certain for a moment, borrowing time without knowing. I don't fear the ending, just how quietly it arrives. Little warnings on the table, a faint warmth fading too fast. Maybe living is this, noticing late, holding what's already cooling. Every breath keeps falling still, and I mark what's left of this moment. Nothing stays the way it feels. I reach, and it's already leaving. In the corridor at dusk, people wait with their hands in their pockets, as if the night owes them more time. A man checks a worn page twice, though nothing on it ever changes. Someone brushes past me, leaving a faint trace of fading heat. I watch a woman fold the light with her sleeve while searching for a name she won't say. A suitcase leans against a cold rail, and quite as a promise someone forgot to make. Every face carries a message they never planned to deliver. Still, we stand here, acting like the hours belong to us. Everyone is moving toward the same place, though none of us speak it aloud. We spend our days like borrowed coins, gone before we feel the cost. A boy practices a greeting he might never give. An old man studies a stairwell like it holds the last answer. And I hold a ticket in my pocket, warm and nothing maybe we're all pretending. The ending waits politely, but it strides with us, keeps our pace, listens to our pulse as if counting with its own. Everyone keeps heading there still, quiet steps toward the same unknown. We spend our days like borrowed coins, lost before we feel them go. Whoa. On the platform in a brittle morning, people stand in a step in line, each guarding a quiet sleeve of worry. A folded coat slips from someone's arm. They don't notice how slowly it falls. A faint glow rests on the gravel path, as if waiting for someone to claim it. A passerby studies the ticket gate, like it hides a private answer, drifting as circles near the lantern glass, moving with no intention, yet never truly stopping. No one here names their trembling, but everyone carries one. We're all learning how to stand without revealing the weight. Every life holds a hidden tremor, soft as an echo no one hears. We walk the path as if steady, but the ground remembers more than we do. A child traces the low railing, counting something only he understands. A woman smooths the margin of her notebook, too gently to disturb the page. And I watch the lantern sway slightly, answering a question none of us asks. Maybe living is this, holding ourselves together, while tiny fractures keep forming. The ash drifting, the glass shaking, the little tremors we pretend aren't ours. Every life keeps its hidden tremor, quiet as breath behind the door. We walk our days as if steady, but the world feels every shift we make. In the dim hallway, a weathered frame tilts slowly, as if remembering who once passed beneath it. A borrowed coat hangs by the door, still holding the outline of someone's evening. Thin laughter echoes from outside, fading before it reaches the room. A cracked mirror keeps the soft grain of every face that leaned toward it. Drifting filament dusts the corners, moving as though it tries to stay. On a vacant shelf rests a frost note, unread, untouched, waiting for hands that never return. We live like melting traces, clear only for a moment. Nothing here is meant to stay. Every glow, every outline slips. We try to hold the passing shape, but it thins before we name it. On the hollow stair, someone's footsteps linger, just long enough to make a memory. A stitch seam on the curtain tells of a repair nobody mentions. I sit with a quiet turning, learning how temporary feels. Maybe existing is this, a slow dissolving, a soft undoing at the edges, and the world keeps erasing gently, even as we try to stay. Nothing here was built to stay. Each glow, each outline drifting on. We try to hold the passing shape, but it leaves before we understand it. In a half-lit corner, the slow dial turns without sound. Measuring something I keep pretending isn't mine. A loose thread hangs from my sleeve, tugged by a passing draft, as if reminding me to begin. A chalk mark on the wall fades by the hour. No one knows who placed it there, only that it shortens quietly. The dim stairwell hums softly, keeping its hollow register, counting for those who won't. Time isn't loud, it slips in the small ships. Every moment carries a falling grain, sliding past before I touch it. We wait as if the wheel will pause, but it turns even when we don't. A quiet ledger near the window holds numbers I don't recall writing. Each line thinner than the last, each one leaning forward. An unlit marker sits on the table, ready to name whatever I delay. Maybe urgency is gentle, a soft hinge moving, a shaken rim settling. Not the storm we imagine, but a whisper saying now. Every moment keeps its falling grain, slipping through the cracks we leave. We wait as if the wheel will pause, but it turns and carries everything with it.